Recently, the boxing world has been buzzing with accusations that the Jake Paul vs Mike Tyson fight was scripted, allegations of pulled punches, a leaked script, and Tyson's lackluster performance have fueled the controversy. Today, I'm here to break it all down and show you why these claims simply don't hold up. Let's dive in. First off, let's talk about the obvious. The physical aspect. Mike Tyson hadn't fought in a competitive fight for 20 years. Not only is he 58 years old, but I'd argue he's at least 34 years past his prime. The Tyson we saw in the ring against Jake Paul isn't the same ferocious fighter who ruled the heavyweight division in the late 1980s. For the last 2 decades, Tyson has been on the celebrity circuit and openly indulging in cannabis use, which by his own admission is a big part of his lifestyle. Sure, he looked fantastic on the punch bags during training. Those clips were circulating everywhere before the fight. But as Bruce Lee famously said, boards don't hit back and neither do punch bags. Hitting at a static target is one thing, but stepping into the ring against an active, younger opponent is entirely different. Tyson was expending enormous amounts of nervous energy leading up to his fight, and we'll touch more on that later. Now let's address the claims that Tyson was pulling his punches. People have pointed to moments in the fight where Tyson appeared to see openings but didn't throw. The reality, that's not pulling punches, it's age catching up with him. This is a common occurrence with aging fighters. They see the openings but they can't pull the trigger. It's a split-second delay in reaction time. And for someone like Tyson, who relied on explosive speed and precision in his prime, it's especially noticeable. But let's not ignore the solid punches Tyson did land. Watch that first round. When Tyson lands his first big punch of the fight, Paul's face screamed of worry. He had never been hit so hard. Had Paul been fighting the Tyson of 30 or 40 years ago, he would have been out of there in the first round. No question about it. Another key factor in Tyson's performance was his physical and mental state during the fight. If you watch closely, Tyson was visibly tired and distressed at various points. And let's talk about the pre-fight slap. That slap was an attempt by Tyson to hype himself up and to intimidate Paul. But what happened? It backfired. Paul took the slap without incident, which boosted his confidence and deflated Tyson's aura. Then look at Tyson's entrance and compare it to the entrances during his prime. Back then he walked to the ring like a predator, ready to destroy his prey. This time he looked like a man walking to his own execution. That's not the demeanour of someone who's mentally prepared to dominate. And this nervous energy burnt through Tyson's stamina. He spent so much time battling his own nerves that by the time the fight started, he had little left to give. Now about the leaked script. First of all, the script was wrong. It didn't align with what actually happened in the fight. Secondly, I personally predicted what would happen, and I didn't need a script to do so. Here's the simple truth. A 27-year-old fighter who's active, has a solid training team, top-class sparring partners, and more skill than people give him credit for, is always going to have an edge over a shadow of a once great fighter. There's a reason why the Boxing Commission approved this fight. The age difference alone, 31 years, made it the largest gap in boxing history. And on fight night, it showed. This wasn't a scripted outcome, it was simply the expected result of such a mismatch in age, conditioning, and activity. In conclusion, the claims that the Jake Paul vs Mike Tyson fight was scripted are baseless. Tyson's performance wasn't the result of a script, it was the result of age, fatigue, and nerves. And despite that, Tyson still showed glimpses of the fighter he used to be. Jake Paul was fortunate he wasn't fighting the Tyson of 30 or 40 years ago, or he wouldn't have lasted a single round. The fight wasn't perfect, but it wasn't fake either. It was simply the reality of an aging legend stepping into the ring with a younger, active fighter. Thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree, or do you think there's more to the story? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more boxing content. Until next time, keep your guard up.